When we moved to the community in 2014, it was a huge step of faith. There wasn't a church to work at. We didn't already have a group of people that was in place. We had to start making contacts, connecting with other people, bringing them on board for what would become Connection Christian Church. And that small group of just a few families moved into the Columbus Housing Authority. We had about 20 of us on a Sunday evening, and slowly we began to pick up momentum until we transitioned to Lost Creek Elementary School. At Lost Creek Elementary School, we had about 35 people our first weekend, and that was our largest attendance to that point in time. Now, as we were at Lost Creek for that first little bit of time, we were building towards what would become our grand opening celebration. We sent out postcards, we planned, we had this massive setup, we had big screens and projectors, and what was this gonna look like? Were we gonna get 300 people, or were we gonna get 30 people? And the nerves kind of build a little bit because this is the exact moment that you've been preparing for. And so we prayed, we just asked God for peace, that He would give it to us because we were being faithful to His call and letting Him take care of the results. And so as we did so, we had about 120 people at our first ever service. Some of those people, about 20 of them, came down from Norfolk to help us get started there. But every step of the way, we're walking in faith. Matter of fact, even when we moved into the Northtown Mall facility where we've been at for the last 3 years, it was a step of faith. And we didn't know for sure if we were going to have the kind of funds that were necessary to make that happen. But it gave us a space where we could put everything under one roof: the offices, the youth ministry, Sunday services. We had a spot for counseling. We could be there 24/7 if we wanted to. And it was going to cost us a little bit, so we took the risk. Well, as we've been moving into Northtown Mall, we have continually been looking for that next facility. Where are we going to go? Are we going to have to purchase, rehab, buy, lease? What in the world is going to be the next step for Connection Christian Church? Well, as you know, we felt pretty strongly that God was opening up a door to be in Goodwill, Sears vicinity, and so we have been prepping that. God has been laying it out. He's continued to open up doors, but there's still a lot of question marks. Number one, how are we going to pay for this? And number two, when are we actually going to be able to make this happen? Well, as you know, our lease is up at the end of August, and we aren't going to be built out in that space by that time. So we've got a few months where we're going to be able to get some work done in the facility. Hopefully, maybe around Christmas time, we can get in there, start doing services. But what are we going to do from the end of August until Christmas time? So this is the Eagles Club. And so we're going to start meeting here on 8/25. That's August 25th. It's pretty exciting. They've got a large, big banquet hall that we're going to be meeting in for our services. And just off of the bar, there is another small room where we're going to have our nursery and toddler area. And then there's a good portion of space that we're going to use for our preschool and elementary. I think you're going to like it. I was pleasantly surprised going in to see how much space they had, how that's going to look for us. And we're going to make sure that we get out lots of signs. We'll need you to make sure that you mark that on your calendar, 8/25. We're going to be here, one big service, 10 a.m. One of the reasons we're going to a 10 a.m. service is this facility will handle it. Another reason is we're trying to really lower the commitments on our volunteers so that as we build out the next space, if we go over there and we work on walls or we do some painting, work on flooring, whatever the case might be, that you have some volunteer hours freed up to be able to go and to do some of that stuff. Hey, check these signs out. So these are what's going to be kind of pointing your way in. 10 a.m. Connection Christian Church going to be meeting here at the Eagles facility on the corner of 13th Street, 33rd Avenue. That's right, 3205 12th Street. One big service, 10 a.m. starting 8/25.